Inside Tennis with the Cause is brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins, and by Lakewood Ranch, named the 4th best-selling community in America. And by Nature's Right, natural products that work.
Hi, tennis fans. The Cause here with another half hour inside the world of tennis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
The Jeep Celebration event is on at Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. We've got new Jeeps as low as $119 a month, new Grand Cherokees only $239 a month, or drive a new Wrangler Unlimited for $239 a month. Hurry to Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Bradenton.
We believe in families, in barbecues on Sunday afternoons, in PTA meetings and staying up late helping with homework. We believe in lifelong friends, in knowing your neighbors, in passing down traditions through generations, in having a place you want to call home. In Lakewood Ranch, we believe in community, where we love to live and laugh. This is our town. This is our common ground.
You know how important it is to warm up and stretch out your muscles before you begin running, jumping, and swinging a racket. Well, Muscle Honey is a blend of herbs designed to increase the blood flow, lymphatic flow, and flexibility of muscles so that you smoothly transition into activity. What's more, it contains pain-relieving herbs to help you push through boundaries and herbs to keep you from cramping up during periods of high output. It's not greasy or smelly, and if you rub it on all over, your muscles will be supple and pain-free for hours. Now that's a competitive edge.
The Jeep Celebration event is on at Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. We've got new Jeeps as low as $119 a month, new Grand Cherokees only $239 a month, or drive a new Wrangler Unlimited for $239 a month. Hurry to Firkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Bradenton.
Nick Bollettieri watching Inside Tennis with my man, The Cause.
Hi, tennis fans. Terrific as always to be with you. Had a wonderful time attending the USPTA World Conference and USTA Next Generation Workshop in Orlando. It was an absolute honor to be speaking there. And let me tell you, it was exciting covering the USTA National Men's 50 and over Clay Court Championships at Bath & Racquet with tournament director Penny Wagstaff, Scott Olson, and top 5 finisher Adam Zestempowski. Had a wonderful time seeing all the friends of USTA Florida, Mr. Junior Tennis himself, Bobby Curtis, at his 90th birthday celebration. Delightful catching up with longtime friend Donna Fales, who just won the World Women's Singles, Doubles, and Mixed Doubles in the 75 and over division. More World Junior accomplishments for Bradenton's Whitney Osugwe, capturing the girls' singles title in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and finishing as the finalist at the Osaka Mayor Cup in Japan. Congratulations to Clem Hopp, representing the winning United States squad at the World Team Championships in the 85 and over division. So what's on the show today? Well, we have another great one for you. We will catch you up with longtime Nick Bollettieri associate Julio Moros. You will visit the USTA National Men's 50 and over Clay Court Championships. You will get to know Tennis Industry Associates' newest inductee, Dave Haggerty. And you will also get to know the National USPTA Award winners. We will educate you with our Lakewood Ranch Tennis Pro Tip. You will share the excitement of our Lakewood Ranch Tennis Package giveaway drawing. And you will be kept current with our Play Sarasota Magazine tennis calendar. So let's get it launched with the National Men's 50 and over Championships. Well, goodness, here we are, right here at Bath & Racquet, right here at the USTA National 50 and over Clay Courts. You've been running the show, running the tournament as the director for a number of decades. Penny Wagstaff, what's this always going to mean to you?
Well, I happen to love this age group. They're awful nice guys. They play a nice game of tennis, and they don't have these fits like some of the open players do. Anyway, it's just been a good experience for me, and I just enjoy meeting all these 50-year-olds that are good.
I think she has something there. 50 is cool, Scott. You're not there yet, I know, but someday maybe he will be. Scott, from a community perspective, from an economy perspective, what does this tournament mean to Sarasota?
Well, I know for the club, Dave, that it has put us on the map nationally because everybody comes through here for this tournament. And we've had a lot of people that have come to Sarasota after playing in the tournament for several years. So it's been good for us and good for Sarasota.
You can't talk Bath and rackets, you can't talk National 50 clay courts, you can't even talk tennis in general without thinking of Ken Wagstaff. All right, Penny, you knew that guy as well as anybody. You're second to who knew Ken the best. What did this tournament mean to him? He brought it in for all his cronies and his buddies.
And himself, too, because he was eligible to play in it, and that's one reason. He really worked hard to get it, and he loved every minute of it because tennis was his first love, and he played it every day.
Nobody could compete with Ken on the court. Nobody could come in first when Ken was going out to dinner. He knew food as well as anybody. He enjoyed food as well as anybody.
Yes, he did. He enjoyed his wine as well. He had a wine cellar with some nice wines in it, and enjoyed it, from time to time. But he did enjoy eating and drinking.
He took me all the best restaurants in town, and we had way too much to drink many times. So I got a spoiled taste for good food and wine at a very young age. And I don't know that I thank him for that at this point, but everything else I do.
Adam Zestempowski, what a week you had at the USTA National Men's 50 Clay Courts, finishing in the top 5. Any surprises?
It surprised me for sure. I had been just turned 50 this past year, so I've been watching this tournament for a number of years here, and kind of hoping to get my chance at some point to play it. So I had prepared a bit, but not expecting to go that deep. Yeah.
Top 5, and you beat 4 guys inside the top 10 in the country. And here you are, first national tournament of this extent. How gratifying is that to work hard? Now, I know that you kept everything balanced. You're running the club here at Jacaranda West, but you're sneaking in a little practice with the local talent, and the local talent pulled you through.
Yeah. Very happy. I've got a couple of great guys that I hit with down here on occasion, and I just never know. You never know how much your body's gonna tolerate during an event like that. And I think the amount I did seemed to be enough to get me through. Yeah.
Well, I know from the past, when you have a good win, when you have a great tournament, you want to do more. You want to play the circuit. How eager are you to get out there and show everybody you're for real?
I would certainly like to follow that up and not let that just be a fluke one time. And it was a lot of fun actually just to get out and see a lot of players that I really hadn't, some guys I hadn't seen in 30 years. So that would be fun as well, just to go around a couple different places and do that in other parts of the country.
Tom Cook, from junior tennis to the supervisor of U.S. Open umpires, main draw, men's finals right there in the chair. But let's talk about where you are in hometown Sarasota. What does this USTA Men's 50s mean to you? What will it always mean to you, Tom?
Well, this is a pretty special tournament. I started with Penny and Ken at the club. I've been the referee here for the last 35 years. Every year, about this time, I look forward to coming. It's right after the U.S. Open, which I've been to for 38 years in a row. So it's a nice change from all the pressure of the professional tennis.
What are you hearing from the players around the country about this particular tournament in Sarasota?
They seem to love it. We've been really surprised and very, very happily surprised at the number of players that we've been getting each year. This was especially good because we just went through a hurricane here, and some of the people were worried about us holding the tournament. We ended up with 78 entries, which is considerably more than they had for the national championships for the grass and indoor just recently.
Eric, what's it mean to be a tournament player and all of a sudden have a national tournament here that you can play.
I think that's fantastic. I take advantage of that every year that I can, and they put on a really good tournament here. So it's fantastic. When I look at the draw every year, it seems to be populated with people that I know, which is great, but I think they see that there's just a lot of players in the Florida area, and they probably look forward to coming here and testing their skills.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, to be able to prepare for the event makes it a little bit easier, and you got some great players coming in, and the surrounding area gives us great support, so it's always a joy.
Oh, what a coach's delight, what a journalist's delight. Craig Cannon, 40 years since I've had you on the court. Your love of the game was there before I started, but it continues into your 55th year of your life. What's competitive tennis mean to you?
It's just fun, you know, as I've gotten older and continued to play competitively, it's just a lot of fun. Most of the guys are really nice. It's a way to stay fit and healthy, and you know, if you love tennis, you get to play, and you get to play a lot of good players. So I've really enjoyed it my whole life.
What I've learned from playing senior tennis tournaments, I've played a few of them now, is how great it is to have a national tournament right here in Sarasota, and to have Penny Wagstaff as the tournament director. And she really is a great tournament director. And of course, since Wagstaff, you know,
Wag, as you called him.
Wag. I grew up watching Wag and Ed Fitzhugh and all these guys play the 50s tournament while I was in high school. And I've told the story many times that, you know, I said someday I'm going to play this tournament. And I watched Larry Turvo and all the guys, my brothers, play. And eventually I guess we all get to senior tennis eventually.
Dave, as always, it's a privilege to have this tournament here in a hometown. You know, it would be wonderful anywhere, but it's extra special here. This was the club I started at when I first moved to Florida. So Wag's been in my life a long time, and with him passed and with Penny still here, it's really fun. It's wonderful.
You know, Dave, it's remarkable that 90-plus guys show up for a tournament like this from all across the country, and so to be able to host that here, and for me, having just moved away from the area a year ago, to be able to come back to play doubles again with my partner Eric, to be here on these courts that I played so many matches on before, it's a real treat, and just looking forward to the rest of the week.
He started this institution out here with 4 courts, a trailer. He lived in the trailer. He had that stringing machine in the trailer. It would string until 1 o'clock in the morning and then start a lesson at 7. Anybody that would come to the state of Florida or Sarasota knew that he or she could come here and get the best game in town. I know the club is perhaps going in another direction. There's been a sale that's taking place. What will this family always remember most about Bath and Racket and take most continued pride in?
I think it'll probably be all the friends that we met. The people who came here became friends, some very close friends, and I'll keep them as long as they're around.
Had a wonderful time attending the USPTA World Conference and USTA Next Generation Workshop in Orlando. It was an absolute honor to be speaking there. A Hall of Famer here with the USPTA. How big of a thing is that for you, Rick Macy?
Well, it's obviously the highest honor you can, get with the organization. When you get into this business, you don't say, I'm shooting for the Hall of Fame, and that's kind of what I said in my speech. It's one step at a time, and you don't take the escalator, and if you do the right things and work hard, good things will happen.
The portfolio is unbelievable. Capriati, Sharapova, the Williams sisters, Andy Roddick. We know what these kids learn from you. I call them kids because when you had them, they were kids. What did you learn from those kids?
First off, that's a great question. It's not just those
Thank
kids.
you, Rick.
Yeah, it's not just those kids. I learned from every kid I've ever taught. People tell me a lot, ask me a lot, who's your best student? Who's your favorite student? And what I tell them, Dave, it's who's ever on the other side of the net, that day, that hour, that second, that minute. Even though I've taught a lot of household names, but what I've learned more from those that you've excited is just how they compete. That's the one common thread. Many others too, but maybe they didn't have the whole package or as much of the package as those 5. And same with Sharapova. Ruthless, brutal, off the charts, competitive spirit. That's the one common thread and the only thread that all of them had.
Today, the light went off. The light bulb was there. Rick, M-A-Y-S-E-E, Rick Macy. What may you see in these kids before they know they're going to be the world-class players?
Or they're going to run over broken glass to get a ball and run back over the glass to get the next one. You know, and I saw that with the Williams sisters. I saw it with Andy Roddick. I saw it with John Roddick, who never made it on the tour. I saw it with a lot of kids. And that, you'll suffer, Dave, to win a point. And if you get that in a young child, especially a female athlete, because I've had, a lot of females that have had a lot of success, to me, that's priceless. You can teach the strokes and the mindset, but if I can get that wiring, I hit the ground running.
Your good friend Jim Martz puts you on the cover. He is very proud of you. The state of Florida is very proud of you. I know that he's worked on books with you. There's a real relationship there.
Well, we go way back to Jennifer in the 80s, and there's always been that friendship, not just me as an advertiser for his magazine. We've been friends, and we've talked as friends, and the relationship is priceless, and he is one of my best friends. Not because he's in the media. A lot of times guys in the media you might not like that much, but no, not you, Dave, not Dave. I like you. But no, it's just he's a good guy, he has a good heart, a good soul. His heart's in the right place. He loves what he does, and that's a lot like me.
Nice to call this guy Hall of Famer. Macy, I may see the world now. Well, talk about somebody that can bring some excitement to the USPGA and the tennis pros out there. Anthony, congratulations on this big event today and a special award for you.
Oh, thank you so much. I was really touched by the award. I had no idea I was going to win it, and I'm as surprised as anybody else.
You gave a message to all of us. If you don't mind, share it for the audience. What was coming out of you that was all you?
Well, I started out by being completely surprised that I won the award. And I mentioned that nobody would be more surprised than my wife, because the pecking order in our house is my wife, my daughter, my son, Hurley, a couple of cats, and a stray goldfish or two. And I was hoping that this award would put me up on the pecking order a little more, maybe higher up on the food chain. But I also had to thank Alex Gordon, who is named, this award is named after. And when I talked to his daughter, Lucy, he's so much like my father, and I'm so close to my father, and I always give a shout out to my mother. But my father and I are so close, and Alex Gordon and my father are a lot alike. And, my dad always gave me a lot of advice. Three things stand out. He said, play the hand you're dealt. And he said, as long as you're happy with what you're doing. And that was one of the big things. And all I have to say is that I couldn't be happier with my life. I love what I do, and I don't consider it a job. I played other sports when I was younger. I took up tennis reluctantly. My mother bought me a racket. I didn't want to play the sport. I took it up, and then, I was 15 years old, and here I am 42 years later. And I don't know where I'd be without this. It's just been great. It is funny that for somebody from the streets of South Philly to now own a tennis club and mentor young people like I do. So, I don't know where I'd be. Maybe I'd be in a rock band.
Fernando, excitement is in your middle name of tennis. Exciting news yesterday. All of a sudden, you're giving a lifetime award of lifetime service. First of all, what does this award mean to you?
Dave, this is one of the most incredible honors that I could receive, receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award for George Basio. It is the culmination of my tennis career, I hope, and it's just an incredible honor to be part of the group of people that previously received this award.
You have been in the USPGA for 48 years. What does the USPGA mean to you, Fernando?
Tennis has given me a life in America. I came to this country at 20 years old with no money, and without tennis, I would have been probably just another person in the world. Tennis gave me an opportunity to do something that I love, in education, an ability to provide it to my family, to my children and my grandchildren, and more important, to touch thousands of lives, just teaching them have the passion of the game first, and then teach them how to play the game.
USPGA Lessons for Life. What is that award always going to mean to you, Mike?
The Lessons for Life award is a true honor. and I'm happy to receive it, but what makes me most happy and most grateful is being able to bring more awareness to two great organizations, La Amistad Foundation, who I've been passionate and a supporter of for the last 13 years. They service a residential facility for adults with chronic mental illness. They're doing great work. They have residents from all over the country that come here to Central Florida and live at their facility. And second is Thanks USA, Tennis Thanks the Troops. They provide scholarships to military families, the spouses, the children. So it's an honor to receive the award, but what makes me most happy and grateful is really the recognition and awareness that I can bring and the support that I can bring to them through the award and through my events.
Longtime friend Dave Haggerty has served as the CEO of Prince of Head, President of the USTA National, and now President of the International Tennis Federation. Dave Haggerty, what does it mean to have the Induction Hall of Fame today with the Tennis Industry Association mean to you?
Well, it means so much. I mean, it's been my life has been tennis and the tennis industry, and to be acknowledged by your peers is one of the most fantastic things. So I'm very honored and privileged. I thought they knew better because they've known me for so long. But still, they made this decision, and I'm very lucky.
It all started back in Trenton, New Jersey, on the public courts, where your father, Dan, was the tennis pro. Fast forward, all of a sudden you're heading up Prince, you're heading up Head, you're CEO of USTA, now president of the ITF. When did you realize you wanted to make a contribution to the game that impacts the globe?
Well, I think in the early 2000s, so I'd been in the industry for 20 years. The sport had been so great to me. I'd gotten every opportunity to travel around the world, to meet so many great people and work with retailers, other manufacturers, companies, people in general. And I think in the early 2000s, I moved back to New Jersey, and I was asked by Ann Humes to be on the Middle States Board of Directors, and that kind of got me into the volunteering, and I felt like from then on I wanted to give back to a sport that had been so great to me.
In Brazil, 2016 Olympics, you're on the platform, you're giving out the medals. What was running through your body at that time? What was running through the mind at that time?
Well, I never in my wildest dream thought I would ever be there handing out the medals and being with the Olympians. I mean, my life has been a dream. I've been very, very fortunate to have a family support me and allow me to pursue my passion and dream, and I still can't believe it.
We are here at the U.S. Open this week. How much impact and influence does this U.S. Open have in growing the game worldwide, globally growing it?
Well, I think the four Grand Slams are very important to the sport. They're the pillars of tennis, along with the Davis Cup and Fed Cup and Olympics. I mean, I think so anytime a Grand Slam in the U.S. Open, and of course is very special to my heart, having the connection with the USTA, it's very important for tennis. It showcases tennis not only here in the United States, but around the world.
We're all proud of this guy. He started in there like one of us as a teaching professional, and you never get too big for the little guys. Thanks for your time today. David, so proud of you.
Thanks, Dave. No, it's an honor. Thank you.
The Jeep Celebration event is on at Perkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. We've got new Jeeps as low as $119 a month, new Grand Cherokees only $239 a month, or drive a new Wrangler Unlimited for $239 a month. Hurry to Perkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Bradenton.
We believe in families, in barbecues on Sunday afternoons, in PTA meetings and staying up late helping with homework. We believe in lifelong friends, in knowing your neighbors, in passing down traditions through generations, in having a place you want to call home. In Lakewood Ranch, we believe in community, where we love to live and laugh. This is our town. This is our common ground.
The Jeep Celebration event is on at Perkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. We've got new Jeeps as low as $119 a month, new Grand Cherokees only $239 a month, or drive a new Wrangler Unlimited for $239 a month. Hurry to Perkins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Bradenton.
I'm Mike. I'm Bob. You're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Tennis fans, thanks for staying with us. It was an absolute delight visiting with longtime Sarasota coach Julio Moros. Julio has been a Sencoast tennis fixture for 4 decades. He has developed dozens of national and international champions. You were as high as 2 in your country. You played Davis Cup in 1968, 69. Relive some of that exciting experience.
Well, I was a lucky kid. I had a good teachings from the beginning, and then I worked very hard. And then when I was 18 years old, I was selected to play Davis Cup against Argentina. It was a wonderful trip. The following year, we went to Ecuador, even though we lost both matches. But it was a wonderful experience, and then tennis stuck for me for the rest of my life.
Then the excitement began. You came to the States. You hooked up with Nick Bollettieri, and you're starting the Nick Bollettieri Academy, not with IMG, at the Colony. What were those early days like, Julio?
A lot of hard work. And Nick says to me, Julio, if we need to work 24 hours a day, would you willing to do that? And I say, yes, sir, no problem. I always told myself, if you want something, you have to go get it yourself. I try to implement that to my children, that if you work long hours, some things good can happen to you. And, they saw a lot of hard work, and a lot of people follow us throughout the years.
What about students? You worked with them 50 years ago. You're working with them today. Any changes in commitment, attitude, styles of play, certainly?
Yes, it's a different style. You got to teach everybody as an individual. You cannot teach somebody the same way you teach somebody else. You look at the student and you got to try to mold them and what they can do with the ball, what can do with the racket, and what they can do with movement. If you work with the kid's capability, something along the way will come the right way.
Julio Moros, great to keep alive our love of the game together. Thanks for your time today, and I don't think I need a shower tonight.
I guess we need to have the shower today, so all of us, we got a shower, and so you just go home and get a towel, and you're okay tonight.
And now for our Lakewood Ranch Tennis Pro Tip.
Good afternoon. My name is Greg Hill. I'm the Junior Director at the Lakewood Ranch Golf and Country Club. Today we're going to talk about the forehand. There's 2 types of swings on the forehand. You can have a continuous motion where the racket doesn't stop, or you can get the racket straight back a la Serena Williams. You need to have an understanding of what you like to do best and what works well for you. Once you get the racket back, well, what constitutes having the racket back is the butt of the racket is to the net. That's very important to understand. But I call it the chicken and the egg. What's more important? Having the racket back very, very quickly, or being on time with the contact point? You decide.
Yay, yay, yay. It's time for our Lakewood Ranch Tennis Package Giveaway Drawing, which includes 3 clinics with Paul Letterman's staff, plus a 1-hour private session with the Cause. And I'm looking for a new national champ, and it could be you. Let's see who it's going to be. Well, Julie Jordan, congratulations. I can see a champion in this one. Visit our Lakewood Ranch Information Center at 6220 University Parkway or 11506 Rangeland Parkway to register for our bi-weekly drawing. And here's our Play Sarasota Magazine tennis calendar. November 3rd, the first of 3 days of the Dick Vitale College Tennis Championship at Lakewood Ranch. November 4th, Chelsea's Thanksgiving Classic, Junior Level 6 with Robert Broden. November 14th, the National USTA Senior Father and Son Clay Court Championships at the Landings. November 18th, Bangor Junior Level 7 Tournament with Sekou Bangor. November 20th, Inspiration Academy Junior Level 7 with Ashley Hobson. Tennis fans, great to have you with us on Inside Tennis with the Cause. We love our sponsors, and you will too. Stop by and see them. Until then, remember, in tennis scoring, love means nothing, but love of the game means everything. Keep alive your love of the game. Love you, tennis fans, and we'll see you right here every Saturday, 12:30 on SNN.
Inside Tennis with the Cause has been brought to you by Firkins Automotive. Find it at Firkins. And by Lakewood Ranch, named the 4th best-selling community in America. And by Nature's Right, natural products that work.